All right, welcome back to Technique Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about what the leader does with his left hand when leading underarm turns to the right. This was a requested video, so we're going to do some close-ups of the hand and what happens and how it kind of turns within her hand. So let's do it from the side here. So first we'll just demonstrate what this turn looks like. So we'll do basic machada, and then we'll do some close-ups of the hand. So I put it over her head, as she turns and comes back around again, and clearly we don't stay in the same hand position the entire time, so we'll show you what that looks like. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna open my hand up first is the most important part, right? So we were here, I simply open it up all the way. As I lift it to go get her to turn, we get finger to finger here, so we're still facing each other here. As she turns, you'll quite literally see that her hand's gonna turn within mine and the back of her fingers are against the front of my hand. She continues to turn and we end up back to where we started again, right? So the most important part is I have a little bit of connection and her hand turns within my hand. So it's not just her body turning, her hand turns too. And my job is to open the door, be super light and let her walk through it. And we'll practice having the connection and feels together, which she can talk about more from her opinion as well. But I would rather you be too light and lose each other during the turn and catch each other afterwards than be too tight, close the fingers and try to wrench it around because we'll never end up in a good spot after that. Because again, my job is not to turn her, my job is to initiate it and have her walk through after, no matter if this is bachata, salsa, cha-cha, rumba, whatever it's gonna be, right?
Yeah, any of the right turns, this will be true for all of that. So now for the follower, I'm responsible for maintaining the connection here and also releasing his grip. So sometimes I'll see the followers kind of latching on, like he's opening up his palm, but she's kind of grabbing on because maybe she's afraid or whatever, or she just doesn't think about it. So when he opens his palm, I also respond by doing the same thing, but not letting go. I maintain a pressure. And then from here, as I rotate around, like he already mentioned, even though it's a different hold here, because the back of my palm for a split second while we're turning is actually to his, I want to maintain pressure back to him and try to make it consistent throughout that whole turn, regardless if I'm traveling like bachata, staying on the spot like salsa, whatever it is, I want to maintain that. Something that can help is if I put my other hand across like this and just keep this where it is, that way I'm comfortable in this position and I don't try to twist it around, so everything stays a little more consistent and then I maintain that pressure, okay?
Cool, really important that she's not using me for balance. She is also in charge of keeping her balance during the turn and she's not leaning on it or gripping too hard. That makes it difficult for me as well.
Yeah, so the connection here isn't to use it for balance. The connection is so we're staying connected on the same page. Also, so I can feel what kind of turn he's leading me through. So we can have free turns that would also be the same for her, but just without that connection. But since we're talking about right underarm turns, that's what we have for you. So like we mentioned, we just demonstrated in bachata, but any right turn in any of the dances, this will be the same kind of thing. So go ahead and practice these tips. I hope it helped. Check out our website, ballroom for more and for ad-free. And we'll see you guys very soon. Bye.